service of my country and my planet. And if that means saving the people I love and I care about, that's what I do.
Please enter your secret number.
Identifying
100.7.
Access granted.
Let's go.
You're about to witness entertainment, skills, experience, and desire to rock a party like no other. Mind-blowing sound. Ladies and gentlemen, the party starts now.
Melody 100.7 FM.
Alright, a beautiful morning to you and yours from wherever it is that you are listening to us from this morning. This is a Melody Sunrise, and my name is Bolabad. 9 minutes past 8 a.m. and we'll be doing this from now till 9:55. Quite a number of things to look at. It is the 28th day in the month of October, Tuesday. And we're going to be doing quite a lot together. Between now, we'll be going through very quickly the weather forecast and also the motivation quote for today. And soon we'll go through the front pages of various Nigerian dailies. And by 8:30, the sports crew will be in the studios to take us through the exciting world of sport. And by 8:50, I'll be back in the studios 9 a.m. We'll go straight into the People's Assembly. We'll do that for about 30 minutes. And then Tech Talk will come up by 9:30, between 9:30 and 9:45. And by 9:45, we then, wrap up with a Melody Surprise. We do that for 10 minutes and end the show by 9:55. So a lot, like I said, is going to happen. And between now and then, there'll also be great songs in between to keep you motivated and also to keep you entertained. Okay, so now we'll begin with the weather forecast. Right now is about 25 degrees Celsius, and the temperature is going to the temperature is going to keep rising to peak at 32 degrees Celsius later this afternoon. There is about 40% chance of rain falling today in the evening, around 5 p.m. thereabouts, and 5 and 6 p.m. But the temperature will keep dropping to about 25 degrees Celsius. So it's going to be a relatively hot day, partly cloudy though, between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. But then there might be a drizzle, like I said, around 5 p.m. today. So basically, we're going to be doing, warm/light showers later today. Okay, so let's go straight to the motivation quote for today. And the motivation quote for today says, "Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting." I'll take that again. Says patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while you are waiting. It's actually self-explanatory, but we'll break it down for a bit. It actually means that true patience is not just about enduring a wait, but about actively maintaining a positive mindset and behavior during the period while you wait. It emphasizes that one's attitude and action while waiting are what truly defines patience, not the fact that you are just waiting around. How are you waiting? In what attitude or in what spirit are you actually waiting? Those things are very, very important. Now, let's break it down. It's an active, not passive state, because the quote reframes patience from a passive state of enduring to an active one of managing one's emotions and behavior. Another one is to focus on your attitude, right? It emphasizes that keeping a good attitude and suggesting that the mental and emotional approach to a waiting period it's the most crucial component that you can have. And also behavior is key. Very, very key. Like someone would say that it is how you see things that affects your mood, right? There are some people that they will always be happy no matter what you do to them. It's because, they've decided that they would see life that way. They will see that situation that way. Because there is a more nuanced definition than just, waiting. Because it highlights that how you behave while you're waiting is very, very important. While you're waiting, that is the definition of true patience, not just waiting around. What is that character, or what is that behavior, your attitude when you're waiting? Come rain, come sunshine, and all of that. So do not forget, the quote says that the patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. And on that note, I'll be heading back to the music, and we check out the front pages of various Nigerian dailies in a very short while. But in the meantime, this one is Hamatan and Winter by Brimo. Stick around and keep it locked.
When I was in hell, I worked for the devil, and heaven was for zombies who feel. On the way to Nirvana, I bought me a double. It took a while to find I'm the key. It's the story of my life. When I was in hell, I belonged to the devil. My time was my best friend, I admit it. On the way to pleasure, I find no evil. The energies to feel and defeat me. It's the story of my life. Child in the Hamilton and winter. Oh, for a picture. The story of my life. You don't look so good after a while in the Hamilton.
All right, Brimo doing Hamatan and Winter right there, and this is still Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad, and we are about to go through the front pages of various Nigerian dailies this very morning. Per usual, I have the Guardian newspaper, Nigerian Tribune, and a Punch newspaper this very morning. So we'll be checking out, we'll kick off from the front page of the Punch newspaper this very morning, and this one says 92-year-old Bia's 8th term will spark protest in Cameroon, and that story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Tinubu Obasanjo lead dignitaries to honor late Christopher Kolade, and that story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper this morning as well. Natasha broke penal code in attacks on Akpabio Bello, says AGF, and that story is on page 9 of the Punch newspaper as well this morning. Doctors mobilized for Friday strike amid 38 billion naira unpaid allowances. And that story is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Now to the biggest headline on the front page of the Punch newspaper. The Kicker says chairmanship and says PDP consensus deal shatters as Lamido rejects Turaki. The story has a rider attached to it. Suspension ahead of convention. Screening postponed indefinitely. Lamido heads to court. Turaki advances bid. All of that can be found on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Now moving on to another headline. Insecurity, that is the Kicker. Tinubu presses new service chiefs for immediate action. That story has, a picture attached to it. Pictures of the Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Emmanuel Udendeye, and also Chief of Defense Staff Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, the President Bola Tinubu, Chief of Army Staff, that in person of Major General Waidi Shaibu. There is Chief of Naval Staff as well, Rear Admiral E.D. Abbas, and Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Sande Aneke during the President's audience with the new service chiefs at the presidential villa in Abuja just yesterday. And that can also be found on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Now to another headline, hardship. That is the kick of this headline. Akpabio Yilwatda challenge Nigerians to monitor governors. And that story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Now moving on to another headline. Collapsed Lagos building occupant ignored distressed signs, says residents. And that story is on page 5 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Terrorism, that is the kick of this headline. Judge begs Kanu in God's name to consult lawyers. And that story is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Now moving on to Nigerian Tribune this morning. This one says 92-year-old Biya re-elected president of Cameroon for 8th term. And that story has a rider attached to it. Says 4 dead in opposition protest. And that story is on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune this very morning. Now moving on to another headline. Says resident doctors issue 19 demands to avert indefinite strike. The writer says federal government owing health workers 38 billion naira allowance. And that story is on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. AKT 2026, that is the kick of this headline. Oyebanji emerges APC governorship candidate. The story has 2 writers attached to it. Says promises not to disappoint citizens. And the second writer says Ekiti consensus template should be adopted nationwide, says Ododo. And that story is on page 16 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. 2025 UTME, that is the kick of this headline. JAM releases result of 85 underage candidates. And that story is on page 17 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. The biggest headline reads confusion rages in PDP ahead of convention. And that story has 3 riders attached to it. First one says party postpones planned screening of candidates indefinitely. The second one says Lamido threatens court action over inability to purchase forms. And the final one says we haven't seen the forms. And Yawu Bature say as Turaki submits his bid. And that story is on page 15 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Tinubu service chiefs meet to review security strategies. And that story is on page 3 of Nigerian Tribune this very morning. Now moving on to another headline. Nnamdi Kanu dumps plan to enter defense, insists he has no case to answer. And the story has a writer attached to it. Judge gives him 4 days to file written address. And that story is also on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. And finally, moving to the Guardian newspaper this very morning. ADC accuses Tinubu's government of manipulating food prices for political gains. And that story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. NARD insists on November 1st strike, claims health workers owed 38 billion naira in 2 years. And that story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Oyebanji emerges APC candidate for Ekiti Guba polls. And that story is on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Now checking out the biggest headline, Nigerian international travelers to pay extra $11.5 charge per ticket from December 1st. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Bandits impose 15 million naira levy on Tambuwal's constituents, threaten fresh attacks. And that story is on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. New Afrexim Bank boss taxed African leaders on open borders and trade. And that story is on page 15 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. PDP in fresh crisis over chairmanship. Consensus deal ahead of convention. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. Kanu refuses to enter defense, claims no case against him. And that story is on page 29 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. To another headline, Commissioner not wearing a Tinubu signature cap will be suspended, says Edo APC chair. And that story is on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. And that is as far as we can go, checking out the front pages of various Nigerian dailies this very morning. I'll be heading back to the music. The time is 8:24, and do not forget that by 8:30 the sports crew will be in the studios to talk about sports and everything related. But in the meantime, this one is Burna Boy and Chris Martin, Monsters You Made. Stick around.
Calling me a monster, calling us fake. No way, no way, no way. Calling me a monster just 'cause we say it. We're on the block when we raise, when we create barricades, keep our position away. That's why we strap with the case. Don't get kidnapped from your place, 'cause it could happen today. Not knowing how to behave, that is the sign that you made. Just lose your life with the waste. Your body found in the lake. You fucked around in the fisherman found you drowning for days. You know we come from a place where people smile but it's fake. How could they smile if you look around? It's surrounded by pain. I seen the sky turn to gray. It took the light from the day. It's like the heads of the state ain't comprehending the hate that the oppressed generate when they've been working like slaves to get some minimum wage. You turn around and you blame them for their anger and rage. Put them in shackles and chains because of what they became. We are the monsters you made. Calling me a monster, calling us fake. You make them out and told that turn us away. Calling me a monster just 'cause we said no way, no way, no way. Calling me a monster, make no mistake. But there's only so much that you can take. La-dee-da-da-doo-dee-da-da-doo-dee. We are the monsters you made. I bet they thought it was cool, probably thought we was fools when we would break all the rules and skip them classes in school. Because the teacher them teaching what the white man them teaching, them European teachings in my African school. So fuck the classes in school. Go park on the fool. That's how they found River Niger. They've been lying to you. Ain't no denying the truth. See what I'm trying to do. It's draw the line for the mothers crying. We're dying as youth. Come walk a mile in my shoes. See if you smile at the truth. See if you die just your fool. That you might have a clue of what the fuck we go. You fucking live through the day. Better pray that God always staying with you. Ain't fucking saying day to reaper coming for you. We need a change and it ain't no way I'ma take an excuse. My niggas finding a way or fucking in the grave. This is the price that you pay. We are the monsters you made. Calling me a monster, calling us fake. You make them out and told that turn us away. Calling me a monster just 'cause we said no way, no way, no way. Calling me a monster, make no mistake. But there's only so much that you can take. La-dee-da-da-dee-da-da-dee. We are the monsters you made.
We met you people 500 years ago. Look at us. We've given everything. You are still taking. In exchange for that, we have got nothing. Nothing. And you know it. But don't you think that this is over now? Over where? Is it over?
Melody FM 100.7.
If you leave this time, I fear that you'll be gone for good. So now hold on like leaves and fall to what is left. Set a father left a young man. He said he'll be back with that same tone that you just said you'll stay forever with. It seems that all the autumn leaves are falling. I feel like you're the only reason for it. All the things you do, 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 all the things you do. It seems that you're the only reason for it. I've been bleeding in your silence. I feel safer in your violence. I hold on like leaves and fall to what is left. Before I sleep, I talk to God. He must be mad with me. It's karma. I'm confused who I'll spend my forever with. It seems that all the autumn leaves are falling. I feel like you're the only reason for it. All the things you do, 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 all the things you do.
So the iceberg never broke. And I poked at it, and I poked at it, and I poked at it, and I poked, and I poked, and I poked at it, but it stayed stagnant. Then I poked at it some more. And in my notepad, man, I wrote. If I don't have it, if I don't grab it, if it don't chip, then a toe tag is one last. I'm a hope. So iceberg, don't float. If I do manage to do damage to you, damn it, it'll be grandest. 10 Grammys or my granny, still standing with a no. That red granite, don't you panic when you make mistakes the most. One day it'll make you grow. When you're outlandish and you lose manners, to God you shall consult.
Awesome Leaves and Chris Brown and Kendrick Lamar still in the background. 8:31 a.m. from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM. It is still Melody Sunrise and my name is Bolabad. It's time to talk sports, and then there is the sports seer in the studios to do justice to that. A beautiful morning to you, Daniel.
Yeah, beautiful morning.
How's it going?
It's going good. I mean,
yeah,
some interesting news this morning. We have our very own, as many Nigerian football lovers will love Michelle Aleozie this morning because she's in the news for FIFA Pro. And that's massive. That's really.
It's like massive is your word for today.
That's massive, really. It's a massive
That's
news.
massive, baby.
The only African, the only Nigerian in that list.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing. Aside from that, what else is going on?
Of course, we have
I didn't see you. Did I see you yesterday?
No.
Okay, so I was going to throw you for a Chelsea defeat over the weekend, but
that happened on Saturday, right?
Yeah, I did.
Let's give people latest. Let's give them latest. It's still new.
It is crazy when I want to talk about Chelsea.
I'm always around.
From the weekend. I think you're not always around. And then when I bring it up, you're like, oh, it's not still.
It's It's dead already.
But honestly, what's going on with Chelsea lately?
Nothing. It's football. You win some, you lose some.
You lose some.
That's how it happens.
But Arsenal has actually been doing good.
I think they are the favorite
And
this season.
Manchester United, so far so good, secured 3 wins in a row. And, that's looking bright for them too.
Compared to where they are coming from,
Bro, it deserves celebration.
It deserves
celebration. Anyway, that and more will be coming your way this beautiful morning on Melody Sports this morning on Melody Sunrise. I'm stepping aside now to return to the microphone by 9 a.m. But in the meantime, it's time to talk sports. Welcome.